to the second episode of qualifying runs on this track. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the first one being the Lamborghini Huracan Dorado. Let's do this. What did I do with that remote? Every time. Found you. All right. Let's get this show rolling. Time of 9.556. GT Scorcher. It's a great one. Remember, you get 3 tries to qualify, and if you don't, you go in the non-rollers. That's last episode's failures. Alright, GT Scorcher obviously passes. Alright, this is the 77 Stingray? 72 Stingray convertible. Sorry. Oh. Alright. Let's reset the track. And here we go. With the time of 10:33. All right. Next car is I believe this is the 84 Audi Quattro. All right. Failure to qualify on the first try. Let's reset the clock. With a time of 10.08. All right. Just made it. All right, here we go. This is also a 94 Audi Avant RS2. Non-qualifier, let's reset the clock. Here we go. All right. Second attempt. Here we go. I love the color on this Audi. Aha. Time of 9.83. All right. This is a GM 66 Nova. Not a bad looking car. All right, here we go. First qualifying run. Not too bad. Into the flats. All right, final corner. All right, 9.748. All right. All right, this is exotic. I love this little car. Here we go. First heat. Whoa, 180. Still qualified with a time of 9.988. All right, here we go. All right, this is the Lotus Esprit S1. It's not a bad looking car. Go. All right. Heat one of the qualifiers. And I'm sorry about the extra background noise, but it's hot here in Texas. Ooh. Non-qualifier. Let's reset the clock. And this is attempt number 2. Oh, not even out of the flats. Let's see here. What's going on? Let's reset the clock. Last attempt for the Lotus. The flats. Oh. Oh. All right. Well, third and final attempt. You know what happens. Non-rollers. All right, here we go. Next car. It says Mercury Cougar Eliminator. All right. Let's reset the clock. And here we go. Remember, 3 attempts. All you got to do is cross the finish line, and we'll move on into the competitions. Yeah, that's a 9.056. Right. Next car, El Segundo Rally. All right, here we go. Ooh. Second attempt. .952. Not too bad for the El Segundo. All right, this is a Chrysler Pacifica. And once again, I'm very sorry for the background noise, but it is hot here in Texas, and I've got fans on. All right, here we go. Remember, 3 attempts across the finish line. If failed to qualify, you go to the non-rollers. All right, 9.544. Not too bad. I've only had one non-roller so far. Here we go. This little Corvette gasser. 62 it says. Let's see what happens. So far, nothing on that one. Let's go for round 2. Fight. Oh, spin out in the flats and a stall out. All right, let's reset the clock. Here we go. All right, attempt number 3. Final attempt. All right, pretty good into turn 1 and 2. Oh, looks like it made it. 9.292. All right, here we go. All right, this is a Plymouth Barracuda. It's an art car. Here we go. All right, we got a time of 8.536. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, this is the new Mazda Miata that came out 91 from Arizona Iced Tea. Here we go. Oh, just qualified with 11.656. Not too bad, not too bad. Could have been way better though. All right, this is the El Segundo, not the Rally, but just the Gundo. Had a spin out. Oh, back on the line. All right, across the finish line at a 9.916. Not too shabby for the Gundo. All right, here we go. This is a Hot Wheels Warp Speeder. It's got speed on it. Oh, to the 180 in one of those curves, and that's about it. 8.496. That's the time on that one. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Mock it go. Wow, solid 8 seconds. Nice. All right, baseline. All right, here we go. Baseline with a 7912. That's pretty good for the baseline. All right, next car is a high voltage. Got a few fantasies in this last one. Some of these guys are pretty old though. Breaking them out of storage. With an 8.292, the high voltage is a qualifier. All right, next up is a Nissan 300 ZXTT. This is a super nice car. I think I got it in a 5-pack somewhere. Here we go. Excellent time with the 7.788. That was a nice little Nissan. All right, next up, 70 Camaro RS. Here we go. Hello, my friend, and thank you very much for watching. Got a few cars left. We've been qualifying a few, and I've only had 2 non-rollers. This time was an 8.504. And next up is the custom 68 Camaro. Whoa, my apologies. Here we go. This is the first heat. Oh, it looks like it's Sunday driving. Oh, solid clean run. 9.496. Yep, just having a day. Haha. All right, this is the what 4.2. Fantasy cars, they're always fun. You never know what you're gonna get. Spin out, coming around pretty clean. A lot of little drifts in there, but a 9.916. Excuse me, 8.916. All right, here we go with the Jaguar MK1. I put a little 3 on there because I've got 3 of them, and that's the third one. Whoa! Just made it. 10.816. Still not the slowest time. All right, this is a Nissan Skyline. I think it's a, can't remember which one it is. 2000, I believe. Somebody's gonna rake me over the coals for not knowing. Oh, we'll spin out in the flat. Still made it through with an 8.952. Yep, not a bad car. All right, we've got 2 Fords. These are the F-150 Lightning Super Trucks. Not too bad. Here we go. Oh! 10.704. Excuse me. All right. Here's just the regular Ford F-150 Lightning. Just got this one. And let's see if it's faster than 10.70. Ooh, caught the corner in the flat. All right, reset clock. Here we go. All right, round 2. Ready, fight. $7.992. Not a bad run. And faster than the other one. All right, 4 cars left. This is the Lotus Sport Elise. Here we go. $9.792. Not a bad time. All right. This is the Zinger 21C. These guys never do well on my track, but we're going to try it anyway. I think the front spoiler just never works. Oh yeah, so slow. Yep. All right, let's reset it. All right, attempt number 2. Come on, buddy. Let's get some speed. Oh, man. Same spot. All right, attempt number 3. Oh, man. That is a non-roller. Goodbye, buddy. All right. This Porsche is new for 2026. The 1996 Porsche Carrera. Let's reset the clock. Nice. Moving a little bit of drift here and there, but 8.428. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, here we go. This is the Ferrari F40 Competition. And this is the last car for the night. So hopefully it does all right. All right. Qualified on the first run with an 8.720. Not too bad. So, hey, thanks for watching. I'm getting ready to cut out, but I got tons more to qualify. And I got all those to do too. There's a lot of cars to do, my friend. So, I will see you soon. All right, thanks for watching, and you have a great night.